Okay, my uncle Bubba, his name was James Wesley Jones Jr. My grandmama, Joanne Matty Jones, Matty Robinson. I don't know. We'll see. My grandmama, I don't know. I don't know how many kids she had. I don't even know, man. It's just a whole bunch of people just coming to my house. Man, we had a whole bunch of people come to my house, man. I don't know who these people. It was a whole bunch of people that came to my house, came to my grandma's house. And they were cousins and cousins and cousins, all kind of cousins. I seen so many cousins come from the army and shit. All my cousins was in the army. They back and forth in the army. I knew so many Curtis, Chris, and all these people. Jones. They were Joneses. And that's over there. And they stayed over there in the neighborhood they call what's the neighborhood? It's Oak Cliff. Back then, what we call it, Broadgate and all this stuff. I mean, back then Oak Cliff was big, man. All my family was everywhere. Man, I had so many cousins and uncles, and I had so many people I knew that I didn't know. But I knew I was always going to everybody's house. My mama was Loretta Ann Jones, and she was born from Joanne Jones, jo- James Whitley Jones, and James Whitley Jones had some sons that I knew. I don't know how many sons. They had so many kids. And my Aunt Mary, Aunt Penny, that was his sisters. My grandfather was the baby, and my grandmama was the baby too, I guess. Right? I don't know. We was just, we was the end of the line. I don't know. I guess we the end of the line. They trying to keep, we spread it. And so when I used to go over my Aunt Mary and my Aunt Lily, well, okay, it started like my Aunt Lily house. My Uncle Ben, Aunt Lily house. Aunt Lily, Aunt Mary, let's say it was Uncle Ben, Aunt Lily. That was their house. Aunt Mary lived in that house. Okay, yeah. Uncle Ben and Aunt Lily lived in that house. That was on the side of the freeway, 45, right there. Close, back then, they got characteristics. 3510, all that places, South Dallas. And Cross Street was a whole bunch of things. But the 45 ran through there. Once you exit off, Curtis Coates was my cousin. He was a world welterweight champion of the world. Okay, now in that house across the street, there's a whole bunch of things going on. When I was young, I remember so much, man. When I was a kid, I don't even understand how I remember it. There's just a whole bunch of things. It was a fiasco, man. It was a whole bunch of things. I kept on running back and forth with. So my grandmama and my grandma, she raised me. I remember a time when she was always cooking all the time. My grandmama cooked all the time. My grandmama was a cooker, I guess, cause she always had to prepare food for everything. My grandmama cooked all day and night. She was like the cooker of the family. She cooked all the food for everything, for everybody. Like, she was one of the cooks. In my family, you had like, if something going on, you had somebody had to cook the breads, the meats. And while growing up, everybody had cooked different things. They were telling you if something going on, it was a whole big old tradition. Somebody had cooked all the bread, all different type of bread, this type of bread they knew from all the old. Because my grandmama and my grandfather, they born, my grandfather, James Whitley Jones, 1930, he was born in 1922. And my grandmama was born in 1922. But how they were born, I mean, they were born early. And they was the babies. I was born in 1978. My mama was born, I guess, 1963, 1962. I don't know. I was born in 1978, I think. I don't really know. I feel like I've been here forever, man. I've been here forever, ever. Cause I know so much. I have so much in my brain that so much information in my brain about so many stories. Been packed. They packed on so much stuff. Like I had to hold a whole bunch of stuff. You gotta remember this. You gotta remember this. Everybody kept on telling me stuff because I had to remember a whole bunch of things. Remember this. So my Aunt Penny, that was in that house. I go to a house, man. And so many people in that house, so many days. Sometimes you spend 3 or 4 days in that house, and you hear so many different stories. You so many different stories in the house, so many different days. You be confused like a motherfucker. Who are you? People telling you from China, you from Tokyo, you from Colombia, you from Mexico, you from islands, and they would tell me I'm from everywhere. I mean, everywhere I see and everywhere I heard of, these people will tell me, yeah, we were here, we were there, we were there, we were there. All these people are old people when I was growing up. I was shuffled along. My daddy's, let's say my dad's name is Huey Gibson. Erica Badu is my cousin. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother jungle of stories, details. I'm just telling you from what I know because I was raised on my mama's side. For some reason, they said that they wouldn't let they wouldn't let my daddy see me or something. It was always something. It was a big confusion. They wouldn't let my daddy see me. Huey Gibson. He would play for Sock. He played football for Sock, and he was like the best running back or whatever. I don't know. He was a good guy and all this stuff. He probably went to pro or whatever. And he had a whole bunch of commotion. I heard a whole bunch of stories about Huey Gibson. And all through my life, everybody, Huey. Everybody keep on calling me Huey. Are you Huey boy? You look, oh, I know your mama. Everybody said they know my mama. Everybody know my auntie. Everybody know my uncle, my cousin. Everybody my cousin. Everybody knew me. Everywhere I went, everybody always knew me. Oh. I mean, oh, you know this. I'm like, damn, my family big in a bitch. My grandma said that I was running away. I don't know. I heard a story, but then I stopped thinking about some stuff because a lot of stuff happened to me. And people say to me that, nah, I mean, young people think about that. But I thought about a lot of things. I revitalized, and I told everybody, I tell everybody these stories, nobody don't understand. I tell them over and over again. I tell them over and over again because it's true. And everybody in my family, I say we won. Then we start talking about Jesus, right? It's a light in my eye. It's a light in my eye. My eyes. Everybody say I had good eyes, beautiful eyes. I like your eyebrows. Your eyebrows, and look at this. If you look closely, hmm, look closely. I don't want to look too closely. Look. This happened when I was 16. Look closely. Did it disappear? We're time travelers. I'm a time traveler. We travel through times. I'm a spirit of old and new. I come to bless everyone and grant everyone wishes. I'm true. You say bless, that means sacrifice. Well, I sacrifice and I bless you. Ha chew. Whoever knew. Whoever knew. So, I heard one time the letter J didn't exist. So jail didn't never exist. So you can't be in jail because it never exists. What are abyss? Abyss. 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 Let's travel. Doom, doom, doom. Let's travel. Let's travel. It's a picture.